Y'all tuning in to Sports Hop. It's me and my boy J Dub. I don't even know why there's no dub in there at all.
It's never been a dub.
It's never been a dub.
Remedy.
Double J.
Okay.
JJ Red.
J squared.
J2 times.
Yeah, I mean.
J squared. I don't even know what you call it, but figure it out. So I don't know what this is called. We're gonna figure it out, but first topic is September 11th is coming up. A couple months, I guess. Game and 50 is dropping. So 50 just dropped Animal Ambition. It was a decent album. What you think about it, James?
Animal Ambition.
If you checked it out.
I peeped a couple tracks from there. Not impressed.
I mean, it's been a minute since he's been out. I mean, last thing he dropped was what? We had to think about it. You don't even remember. It was Massacre and something else came out before. I think Street King didn't even come out yet, so I don't even know.
Yeah, I wasn't really too impressed. Yeah.
I give it to the production. I mean, I like the production better on there. Like some of the beats just kind of go hard. Like it's coming around. Like the simpler type, simplistic, hard, gritty, dirty ass beats are like that's what's really kicking off. Like King Push and Kendrick Lamar. Like that. Those kind of beats are just like taking the wave. It seemed, but it was alright. It was alright. He did a track with Jada and Styles though. That was a nice rekindle of friendship.
It's always nice to rekindle on the East Coast music and where hip hop actually really was when lyrics did matter. So.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? I just saw somebody put something on. My boy Blaze. He put something on Facebook saying like, "Yo, music was so much better back then." I'm like, yo, I ain't comic. I ain't want to jump into this frenzy right now.
It's very much of a frenzy.
Yeah, because then you got to start like unfollowing shit. Like, yo, you can't do it on your phone. You got to get to your computer to unfollow shit, stop notifications. But nah, he was like, music's doing better. I just want to say like, the internet exists, dog. Like, you don't have to sacrifice yourself to the radio and TV. That's all bullshit. Yeah, music was better if you listen to that. There's so many good things out there. So much good music out there.
I started driving in 2004. I think I listened to the radio. I can probably count.
Oh, one hand.
How many times I listened to the radio since 2004?
Like it's super rare. Like the radio is like eating fish eggs for me. Like I rarely really comes around. Like if it does, I'll pass. Like I had a Jeep. I took the antenna off of it. Like I went to the car wash. He was like, "You gotta take the antenna off it." I took it off, and I never put it back on. I gave it to my friend. Like, "You want this antenna? Like, help your car out."
Dude, like thanks.
Exactly. Thanks for this ride. But yeah, no. Back to September 11th. I'm gonna be rambling. Back to September 11th. Game is dropping too. I don't know if you've been hearing stuff you've been dropping out lately.
I haven't even tuned in the game like that. But now that I'm sitting back and I'm thinking about Animal Ambition, I think it's end up like that. I'm thinking about it now. Like it brought back some like real vintage 50 Cent like.
But see, you critique it harder the first time you listen to it. You be like, I ain't really. Then you listen to it more and more. You be like, okay, I like that track.
I mean,
that's a little bit
it's
better.
Like it bought that. All right, 50.
Yeah, that good. Like you could listen to this. The song called Animal Ambition is terrible though. I'm like, that sounds like the Joe Budden, whatever song that sounds like chimpanzees is fucking swinging. I'm like, it's mad cartoony, it sounds like Donkey Kong. I'm like, I make cartoon beats, but that's just not what I want 50 to jump on.
Speaking of Joey, he's never had a bad verse in his life. But we'll continue.
No, you don't have to shade me, because I'm a Joe Budden fan.
I know.
This is a triangle right now. We Joe Budden fans. Keep doing what you're doing, Joe. I just saw you in Total Slaughter. I thought it was hilarious how you shouted out Disaster's verse, because when I heard him say it, I'm like, that does sound familiar. He did the Casey Anthony line, like, this sounds rather familiar. And I'm happy Joe, like, who's the third person to jump on, he's like I heard you spit like half of that verse before. He said, well, yeah, I'm like, yo, you might have spit half that verse. Like, it does sound similar, but it sounded exactly the same. But he won that. He won against Math Apple, which I don't really like anyway. So
I just had to throw that out there. He's never had a bad verse in his life.
Listen.
It is like, hey,
I'm a huge
Joey.
He's not
Joey.
there. He's not there.
Joey, in your life, you've never had a bad verse.
Joe will probably tell you I've had a bad verse.
He'll probably tell me that. I mean, Jay-Z looks you in the face and tells you that Volume 1 was whack.
He said, oh, no. Alright, we want to jump into this conversation? Alright, we going to jump into this conversation, but like, look, I'm just saying, for the topic of discussion, we was talking about September 11th, you know, we jumped into a whole bunch of shit after that, so sort of all kind of stuff.
I just want Joey to know that, that's all.
We gonna jump a Game and 50 dropping on the same day. Game has been making consistent records since 2012, I think, with the Red Album. People put LAX in the conversation, but it's the Red Album, Jesus Piece. Jesus Piece was a great, like, Grammy Award winning album. That album is great. I saw people hating on it too. Like, I saw comments like saying like it would sound like a mixtape. I'm like, this sounds like an incredible album. But so anyway, I think it's gonna make better music than 50. Back to Jay and Joe Budden, because that's like the biggest. We can go for like 3 days with that conversation.
I know we can alone.
But just alone with the everything, and put Just Blaze in there if you want. Like you know, with their back and forth and Pump It Up, and Jay was supposed to take Pump It Up but never did. And you hear it all the time now. You want Joe on that one. But no, man, Joe, he's had some. I'm a huge Joe Budden, I'm a huge Joe Budden fan. Like, my neighbor's a Joe Budden fan. I got a Joe Budden sampler. I made like a 15-track song, 15-track CD just to put people on. I confess him so much. I'm like, yo, here, please, like I put Pray For Me on there. I put, Walk With Me. I put everything that's, relevant, I gotta put Black Cow in there, even though it's kind of depressing, you gotta put that on there.
I mean, it's Tim and Scott going in.
Yeah, but he's had some, and you have to say, at a Slaughterhouse, he's had bad verses too. By himself, solo, maybe not. We could jump into a better conversation with that. And Escape Route was mad angry, Joe. Like, I don't know why you're so angry on that album, but it was dope. But
angry because niggas said you got bad verses.
Love you, I'm a fan always, but Escape Route was the angriest shit you ever made. I still love it because it was so damn angry. I don't know what was going on that particular album, but that was just so angry. But yeah, Slaughterhouse, Royce Crooked, Joel's getting so much better.
So much better. It's crazy.
Every time he jumps in, he's getting better and better. But Joe, sometimes he doesn't really shy with the. It's hard to shy.
It's like one of those things, like Joe.
Like, listen to the first album. The first album was weak on it.
I don't really want to go here, but I am gonna go there. I mean, it's like, Watch the Throne.
Yeah. What you got?
I'm just gonna leave it at that because I heard too many times Kanye just flat out rap Jay-Z on that album, and I'm like, yo, Jay.
That's what the world said.
That's what I am hearing, and I'm like, yo, even if you listen to those tracks, Jay is numbing himself down.
Yeah.
Like
No. I mean,
he can rap circles around that grown man.
Of course, and Kanye is incredible in his own right.
In his own rights, yes.
But yeah, and I mean, the album. I'm trying to think. You know what? I don't even want to say that album. Like, Jay-Z and Kanye together, Jay is always gonna have a better verse.
Yeah.
It's natural. It's natural for him, but it's also natural for Kanye. Like, I saw Jay and Kanye perform Watch the Throne, whatever year, 3 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
It's 3 years ago. Azaz Center, whatever, was in there, was doing the dance. My boy next to me, I never even met this dude. Was doing the same dance. I'm like, yo, how do we know we was kindred spirit? Like, we knew exactly what to do.
We had a moment.
When Niggas in Paris came on, we knew what to do.
We had a moment with a man.
We had a moment with a man, and I never knew him. We never dapped each other. Nothing.
Pause.
Yeah, pause it all. Cut all that out. but no, I went there. Jay, Kanye. I saw Kanye by himself first. I ain't see it with you, but I saw my boy Leroy, and it was the best show I'm seeing him again. This, Made in America. It was the best show I ever been to. Going to Dirt Tour, NERD. Chris Brown was crumping at the time, doing all that. I guess Rihanna was there too, so yeah, that doesn't make sense.
He was out of jail.
He was out of jail. He was happy. He was happy before it made me happy. NERD was out there, Mosh Pit, all that. But no, Kanye he made me like songs I ain't like, and I was like, this is like a great. Like, he made me like Good Life. I didn't really like Good Life like that. He made me love it because he did it for like 20 minutes. He was just like drums dropping. I was like, this man is killing it. You see him with Jay-Z, he gets a little brother syndrome. Like he falls back. Like Jay-Z had better songs. He had better song selection, I guess. The more hyper ones, and I guess he has the people gonna remember you more.
Yeah.
But he just had a better show. I'm like, yo, and Kanye just had the little brother syndrome. I'm like, yo, this is not the Ye I know. Like, I need him by himself. That's why I'm like, keep telling people, go watch Ye by himself, please. But
yeah, he's an incredible artist. I would never take that away from Kanye.
He's incredible.
But I feel as though even with Joey hopping on the tracks with Slaughterhouse, it's like he's not gonna give you Joey all the time.
He's not. He kind of, and like I like what he did with the House Rules. You know, the little EP they just dropped. You know, they had a couple songs together. The duos, which they're realizing the chemistry, like Joe and Royce, they got more chemistry than Crooked and Joel. Like that's what they do. The Crooked and Joel joint is fire. I love that damn song. But then they have like separate songs by themselves. You can see them in their own right. But Joe, he came off on Say That Then. Like I was like, yo, Joe came off on this, like, you know, the whole you know, I don't know if you're trying to, you know, wait and see him die, or you'd rather have him killed. Like that line had me like, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. But sometimes, you know, it's just not. It's not always gonna be on Slow Joe. Like it's not gonna be.
The verses ain't whack. That's the thing about it.
Okay, would you say it bad? All right.
They're not whack.
They're not
bad.
They're not the best verses, but they're not bad.
They're not bad. Like
we could agree with
that. With those verses, he can wrap circles around people.
Like Eminem is a GOAT, greatest of all time. Anybody could see me any day, and I will definitely dispute that any given day, any given time.
We'll dispute that, but that's another day.
We would dispute that anytime.
We'll dispute that, but that's another day.
Anytime in life.
That's another story.
And we could do the top 5 too. I already got it in my head, but Eminem is one. But he came out with Marshmallow's LP too, and people know I'm a huge hip hop, you know, critic, you know, critique and all that. Out of my job, you know, people came up to me like, yo, what do you think about the album? I was like, I didn't even, when he came out with the album, I was like, I don't want you to name it Marshmallow's LP 2. Like, don't do that, because we know you know, it's just don't tie it to the best, to arguably one of the best top 5 albums of all time, in my opinion. Marshall Mathers LP. Yeah. So, and people make better. There are great rappers. There are great rappers and great albums. Like, you know, you don't have to necessarily be the best rapper top 5 to make the best top 5 album.
Yeah. Hands down. Shout to 50.
Shout to 50. Yeah. He's in the conversation.
He's in the conversation. I mean, you gotta respect Get Rich or Die Trying, but he's not a top 5.
He's top 10.
Yeah, he's not a top 5.
Alright, I appreciate that.
So.
Alright, we agree. We got some more minutes. He got 10 more minutes.
You made the comment that, you know, you don't have to be a top 5 artist to make a top 5 album.
That's the perfect example.
And you can argue Get Rich or Die Trying.
You can argue, that's arguable. But nah, yeah. I mean, just Eminem, he's had Marshall Mathers LP 2. Some of it was lacking. No, his lyrics are there. It wasn't the greatest lyrics, but the songs just weren't together. I saw how he tied in Marshall Mathers LP, and I thought that was kind of dope. Like how he tied the first album back, and he tried changing the skits. Like that was incredible. But it just wasn't a great album. And you could and it don't matter because you're a great artist. Like some people, like you just vibes with Joe. Like you can't tell us nothing about like.
You can't tell us nothing
because when you come to me, like my cousin made me write a blog about Joe Budden, like 2004, like 5 years ago, and I was at home, I was about to go out, whatever, I was playing some Joe, and he was like, when Joe get nice?
Wait a minute.
I was playing like something, and he was like, when Joe get nice? I'm trying to move into something, I was like, and you gotta keep going, like, he's nice.
It's like, you're about to get kicked out of my car.
Like,
why are you still in my car? I'm gonna keep rolling, you open the door and just hop out.
Like, yo, you gotta explain it. I'm like, yo, because he's like, I don't know, pump it up and fire. I'm like,
that's your problem right there.
Like, people always see that, like, you don't get a rate. I'm like, you don't even, Joel Ortiz just said, like, I just, you know, bought a car for my wifey without a radio hit. Like, that's real. Like, we don't, your fans are not on the radio. We don't listen to the radio. We don't really care. Joe definitely Internet Soldiers, hands down, all that. Joe Budden TV before Loving Hip Hop. Like, we was riding with you. Like, I still jump back every now and then just to watch it, but we was just there, so.